What up, world? 502 King Power coming to y'all with another video, man. So in this video, man, I just want to take a moment to speak on social media, what I call a social media pandemic. Now, social media has changed a lot since I was younger, man. I was around at the beginning stages of MySpace where, you go and pick a layout, you get a song, put it on your page, you have your top friend list, and, everybody's first friend on there was Tom. Like, I'm from them days. I remember the inception of social media. MySpace was cool, man. It wasn't too much. People didn't put out a personal business on there and stuff like that. Where the game switched up was Facebook. Facebook allowed you to put a whole status just talking about absolutely nothing. Just talking about your day, what you ate. And then I saw it evolve more to where, okay, now I have to post everything. If I didn't post it, it didn't happen. And then we went on to, it went from that even further into every time I eat a meal, I have to post a meal. Y'all have to see this plate. Y'all have to see the food that I'm eating. This nourishing my body. I need y'all to see it. Like, it's crazy just how it went from one thing to the next thing to the next thing. But like I said, it started off as something that we would just hop on after school. When you have some little free time, you bored, to now it's something that all throughout your day, constantly throughout the day, you have to upload stuff and say, hey, every time you go on a trip, every time you do anything, it has to be posted on social media. My generation, man, and I really, like the younger generation, I don't blame y'all. The ones who were just born into it, I don't blame y'all. But the ones in my generation, man, y'all know we don't rock like it. You ain't supposed to, and it blows my mind when I see grown people, in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, even older than that, going and putting all their business on social media, man. Putting every last thing on social media, putting drama on social media. That's not cool, man. I'm going to go through a few little points here as to why I think this is a pandemic. And then I'm also going to say what I think we can do to change this, man. What I think we can do to change this around, because it's not cool the way that we starting to turn, man, as a society with this whole social media and just having to have a phone in our hands 24/7. So, number one, or why I'm against, heavy use of social media is that people tend to only put the positives of their life up. People tend to only put up the positive things, when they graduated, when their kids graduated, when they get a new job, when they get a new car, when they buy a new house. They want to put up all these things to paint this persona, especially with Instagram. Because all you see is pictures. So every picture that you see, is somebody trying to show you the best version of their life in that moment. And, this is, number one, man, it's phony because nobody's living perfect. Nobody has a perfect life. I know that you're phony if you're just posting up, the best parts of your life constantly, And I know that you're wanting some kind of validation or attention by that as well. So when you see all of this fake, super ultra positive, oh, I'm doing great, doing better than you, when you see these images out there all the time, it starts to wear down on you, man. If you're somebody who sit on social media all day and all you do is just see people constantly putting up good stuff, and their life just seems so perfect and they never talk about anything bad that happens in their life, you start to take that in and you're like, damn, man, am I living a subpar life? Am I not living how I'm supposed to be living? It's just something in the psyche, man, that no matter if you're privy to it or not, it will mess with you, man. If you sit there and see people who constantly just post up positive things of their life, but it seems to only be positive, that has an effect on you mentally, man. And I think that's what causes a lot of depression right now. I think that's why depression is jumping up. People say it's because of the pandemic and all that. I think it's happened before the pandemic. I think this happened a long time ago. I think depression started to hit way harder when social media started going up, man, because once again, you just see all these positive posts of, people posting all the happy times in their life. And then you're thinking, damn, man, I'm not happy all the time. Something's wrong with me. So that's one of the problems that I have with social media, is that people are only going to show you what they want you to see. Number two, man, is addiction, the addiction to it, man. For example, this was a couple years ago, man. I'm walking into an elevator, right? It's about 12 people in this elevator. I walk into the elevator, everybody's head down on their phone, texting on their phone, social media, putting up statuses, checking, scrolling. But I noticed not one person in that elevator, not one person turned to even look to see who was in the elevator with them, let alone try to talk or initiate any kind of conversation. Man, I've noticed that people are turning into like damn near cyborgs. They walking around out in public, head down, in their phone, not paying attention to where they're going. You know, when they act shocked if somebody speaks to them, it's like everybody's scared of interaction with another human being. Like everyone's scared of just having a conversation with someone, saying hello to someone. Everyone has this social anxiety now when they're actually out in real life public, because they're on social media. They're not used to dealing with people face to face. They're used to dealing with people through keys and using their thumbs and scrolling. So that's another major problem that I have, man, is the addiction to it that causes a lack of interaction with people in real life, man. Like, we got to get back to treating each other like people, like seeing each other like people, speaking when you see somebody instead of just freezing up because you don't even know how to speak to somebody in person. That's the problem with a lot of dating right now. Like, dudes, these younger dudes don't even know how to date, man. They don't know how to talk on the phone. They don't know how to talk in person. They don't know how to approach a woman because everything is social media. Everything's DM, inbox, and all this stuff, man. And that's throwing off the whole dating game as well. Because men, you have to know how to speak to a woman. You can't learn to speak to a woman by, shooting game on Facebook, shooting game on dating apps. It doesn't work like that. So learn how to speak to people. That's my second problem with that. Third problem is, man, the negative behavior is constantly reinforced on social media. I see people who put out business they have no business putting out, and people will back that. I see people talking about things they have no business talking about, and people will back it. Somebody can say, I'm going to go set myself on fire because I think it's a good idea. It's a good day for that. It'll be a couple of idiots that agree with them. Oh, yeah, it's your right to set yourself on fire. You can go ahead and set yourself on fire if you want to. That's great. I think it's awesome that you set yourself on fire. There's always, that's the extreme analogy I'm using there. But, man, it's so many people who's put out bad things, put out just negative vibes on social media. And then you always have somebody who's going to entertain it, who's going to try to just basically promote whatever it is that person's doing, trying to push them into destruction. That's exactly what it is. I see people do it all the time for entertainment purposes. Somebody get online, me and my baby daddy, me and my baby mama's into it. And then you'll have a bunch of people come on there trying to amp it up. Man, people are miserable. I'm going to tell you that now. People are miserable, and they love to see drama. They love to see all of that. So when they see something negative online, they often have the inclination to support it, whatever it may be. Like Lil Nas X or whatever the case is. Somebody sees something online, oh, well, we want to support him and blah, blah, blah. People using social media to support negative things that are destructive to other people's lives. So that's another reason why I'm really not rocking with social media on that tip. Now, am I completely against social media? No, I'm not. I think it's a good tool for businesses. I think it's a good tool to connect with other people. I think it's a good tool to stay in the loop in society. But I don't think that we need to put out everything on social media. I do not think that you need to post every picture. I do not think you should say where you are going to be while you're there. You need to wait till you leave. Like, still move smart. Don't put out stuff like that. So many people who get killed off of social media, get into these street beefs, get into these different altercations because they're putting out too much information on social media, man. I want people to go back to the old days, man. Pick up a book and journal. Pick up a book and journal. Y'all see this book right here? It's Writing, Creative Thinking, King Paul. This is 100 sheets. I got a ton of these books, all different, for different reasons. But, man, we got to get back to that journal, man. Like, write down some of your stuff. You shouldn't have to count on Facebook memories to tell you something. You shouldn't have to count on your phone's, picture memories or nothing to tell you nothing, man. This is my suggestion to people, man. Use social media. I'm not saying take it out of your life completely, but also use the other tools that we have around us, man. Pen, paper does magic, does wonders. A lot of lives could have been saved off of writing it down on pen and paper instead of going online and telling everybody all your business, man. That's never cool. Like I said, social media has its ups, it has its downs. I gave y'all some of the downs, and I gave y'all some of the ups I think it has as well. And I've also given y'all a way to stop putting all your stuff out on social media, man. It ain't cool. Real bosses don't move like that, man or woman. Hey, I appreciate y'all time today. Hopefully I ain't take up too much of y'all time, man. Hey, if y'all like this video, anything I said in it, make sure you go down below, like the video, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, man. What's your take on social media? What do you think about how it's affecting the youth? What do you think about how it's affecting mental illness right now? Because I think it's a heavy correlation between the social media use going up and depression going up as well. I'm 502 King Paul, and I love y'all, man. Make sure y'all subscribe. If y'all haven't subscribed, hit that notification bell as well so you get all my new videos as soon as I drop them, man. I love y'all, man. I'm out.